Solo queue in Apex feels like a bit of a rite of passage. I think we can all agree that playing games with your friends is the most fun, but it also comes with the issue of, well, needing friends to play with in the first place. But you don't appreciate how much more fun this game is in a pre-made group until you have suffered through the depths of hell that we know as solo queue. I mean, seriously, if you get a very defensive team, that is on the better end of things that could happen. Winning a game while having mostly avoided combat isn't exactly what I would call a satisfying experience, but it definitely beats dropping side by side with a bunch of leeches that decide to split the contents of a single loot bin among 3 players. Not to mention them never being anywhere near you unless you're about to pick up an item that could be really useful. Oh yeah, and let's not forget the wondrous occurrence of respawn not even granting you any random teammates in the first place. Though I am not sure if I prefer that over the rando that leaves you hanging in what could be a victorious engagement. But before you can freak out about them not helping the rest of your squad, you realize that they disconnected. I mean, to their credit, they did eventually come back, though I'm going to give you a second to think about the difference that this made. That's it. Okay, nice. Yeah, the breadth of playstyles is rather apparent in situations where you full send it into an enemy squad all on your own because you got your hands on some streamer loot. Most of you probably wouldn't bat an eye at somebody wiping a whole team utilizing what is undeniably a disgustingly strong weapon in a rank that isn't even all that crazy. But alas, my teammate appeared rather impressed. Needless to say that we didn't win this game, and I started to consider myself lucky when getting teammates that succeeded breaking into triple-digit damage. But every so often, you come across a player that challenges your beliefs. Somebody who is neither turbo-inting nor camping. Somebody who, dare I say it, actually wants to play the game. That's right, my friends. While I was in the process of slowly but surely succumbing to the madness of solo queue, I found this one fateful wraith player who completely changed my mind. But the way they did it might surprise you. So strap yourself in, put some rank points on the table, and get ready for a hot drop. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Apex Solos. Now, I don't know about you guys, but whenever I queue for solos, I like to start off the game with a test of character. Usually, allowing my teammates to decide where we should be dropping is a good way of gauging their idea of how to play the game. But before I could even relinquish the mantle of Jumpmeister, my Pathfinder immediately made me doubt his intentions. Listen, I saw people drop into certain doom often enough to know that going anywhere near their desired location was a surefire way of burning some RP, but when I suggested an alternative LZ, my Pathy did not seem happy. Wraith and I would kick the game off together while he was trying his luck somewhere else. Though as much as I fully intended to survive the early game, we definitely still had to fight for it. Okay, dropping with the 2 of us, more help than I need. Oh, he actually did help me. There we go, Mozambique time! If I could land a shot. Okay, wait, yes, gun! Wait, no, go away! Wait, he's actually going away. Slap! That's my kill now. Time for a tactical retreat. And some healing. Alright, time to finish it. Wait a second, somebody else already finished this? Whoever has done me that favor was definitely out to send us back to the lobby as well, and it dawned on me too late that I didn't have the ammo to fruitlessly down their drone, much less that entire squad. And amazingly enough, our Pathfinder was still alive. As a matter of fact, he was currently rocking a set of purple armor without a sign of trouble to speak of, really making me doubt my choice to avoid dropping where he went. Well, I'm definitely not too proud to admit that I was wrong, and as such, a tactical retreat was in order so that our squad can reunite. My Pathy was already engaged in some kind of combat exchange by the time we arrived, but thankfully, Wraith and I found some better weapons on our way. Though as much as my intention was to go and help Pathfinder, it wasn't he who needed help. Alright, I'm almost there. Wait, what does this come from? Okay, I didn't know about these guys, and they definitely know where I am. That's a good thing. Some emergency healing, and more people at my door. Of course, hello. Just a warning shot. Ah, there we go, 97. That's gonna make him back out, right? You know what? Never mind. Don't want to find out. Just a quick heal. Oh man, he went in before. Oh, come on, why didn't you just wait for me to heal up? Well, that's what grenades were made for. If I could land any of them. Okay, maybe a personal delivery is gonna be working better here. Just, you and I, little thermites. It's probably just one guy, right? Okay, I can take on one guy. Smoke. Okay, it's a bit annoying. Wait. Behind me! Haha, 19. I bet you didn't expect that one. Oh, he's gonna be angry, but there's more shots coming. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't really want to do this, but you know how it is. RP doesn't grow in trees. The other guy's probably gonna drop on me in a second now. Maybe I can juke him? Pick up the banners? That's no way he's gonna be sitting on his body, right? I mean, who would... Well, I was never good at predicting a coward. There I was, the last man standing, or crawling in this case, I guess. Being plus 10 for the match was honestly a better result than I expected in light of how the game started, but that doesn't mean this wasn't frustrating. I hated the idea of giving them the satisfaction of finishing me while I was trying to res myself, and I mean, with that eerie silence having taken over, there was no way they wouldn't hear me, right? But at the same time, what else was there for me to do? Not trying is like giving up, so here goes nothing. Okay, time to pick myself up, because God knows nobody else is going to. God, this hurts. Why does this take so long? Come on, God, I can hear them. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up! Ugh. Okay, getting back on my feet is only half the battle. Running out in the open is more dangerous than standing my ground, so I have to be combat ready. On second thought, if they don't want to fight, later. It absolutely blew my mind that they let me get away with this, but at that point, I wouldn't just be satisfied with a plus 10 to my total RP. I wanted to win this game, and for that, I needed help. The city had been quiet enough for me to feel comfortable rezzing my teammates, though some of you might question my choice of beacon. You remember that test of character I mentioned at the start of this episode? Well, my Pathfinder made it very apparent that he wasn't great at making decisions, and after not only dropping solo at the start, but also displaying a distinct lack of patience that prompted him to die on his own rather than waiting for me to heal up, I knew that he just wasn't useful. After I rezzed the two of them, my wraith immediately made her way up to the construction site while Pathfinder expectantly tried to run back to his body, where, surprise surprise, an enemy squad absolutely annihilated him. The two sensible players of our squad were now comfortably sitting on high ground as we watched a whole bunch of people fight it out at the res beacon I had just used. Truly, leading the enemies where we had been rather than where we intended to stay was a stroke of genius, but we still had a number of problems to overcome. We had been underlooted, understaffed, and out of options. With all the odds absolutely stacked against us, we had to hope for a miracle to come out on top, but seeing as how it was a miracle that allowed us to get this far in the first place, maybe that wasn't as unlikely as I thought at the time. Now, as far as my solo queue experience is concerned, the vast majority of players I run into fall into one of two categories. Those who always want to fight, and those who always want to run and hide. At that point in my session, I had played enough matches to have set my expectations accordingly, and in cases like these, where one of my squad mates left the game after turbo-inting his brains out, I was content with taking the L and just trying to hide for some extra points. But to make sure we're on the same page about that, I went out of my way to ask my remaining squad mate if they are right with that. Though much to my surprise, this wraith was eager to jump into battle once more. Nothing I said could persuade them to take the easy way out, and more than anything, I couldn't help but respect them for it. Who am I to deny them the glory of combat? We're playing ranked to, well, rank up, and they were definitely right in saying that fighting for extra points would expedite that process. Our presence definitely did not go unnoticed. As soon as we left the safety of our building, there were plenty of enemies around to fight, and as such, plenty more points to collect. Unlike our Pathfinder, who made no effort to play together until it was too late, Wraith and I started to act like a well-oiled machine. I was watching their back, and in turn, they were watching mine. The commotion we made once again attracted more squads in the area, and since our defensive approach was not to be hiding, I wanted the others to know where we were. In fact, I wanted them to know that we meant business. Since we were lacking a squad member, it was important for us to make the impression that trying to take over a building is a risk not worth taking. A competent 3-man squad could easily flush us out, but if we can give off the vibe that we're dangerous, they might try to avoid us on that basis alone. And while that was working surprisingly well for us, it did come at a cost. Ammunition as well as meds. Being at the center of this battlefield made it difficult for us to replenish what we wasted, but if we were to stop firing, we would also stop giving them a reason to leave us alone. We were in a predicament. Eventually, I didn't have a choice but to trade my R301 for a flatline, a trade that I was happy to make as long as it meant that I had ammunition to actually use it. Every enemy squad in sight made an attempt to avoid not only our building but our line of sight in general. My intimidation strategy was definitely working, though all good things eventually have to come to an end, and in this case, the ring was forcing our hand. We had the luxury of not having to commit to a fight we didn't want to take up until this point, but if we wanted to win this game, we had to get aggressive. Okay, it's Wraith and I against probably 3 people, but no, as long as we have the power of friendship and him as my meat shield, should be fine. Hey, it's only 2 of them! Oh, that's a lot of explosives though. Get a dodge here. A little bit of supporting grenades and the reload. Oh, hey there! Thank you for the 3 points. Oh, you know how it is, man. Nothing personal. Oh god, my webs didn't help. That's a shock, and that's okay. Whoever that guy with the sniper is, you need to start up while I'm trying to help my friend. Can't even thirst that guy. Stupid snipers. Oh, another one? Come on, man, just let me heal up. Whew. Alright, this is our building now. We succeeded not only in taking over a new stronghold, but in one fell swoop also replenished all the resources we had invested throughout the past 10 minutes. The circle was slowly but surely shrinking, and with a whopping 8 squads still in the game, you know that chaos is bound to ensue. We tried to locate as many enemies as possible before making our next move, but only spotted 2 of them who were in the process of exchanging fire. The southwestern side did not seem like a good option for rotation despite the ring movement, because it would put us into the crossfire. A northern sweep to flank whoever was camping up ahead might be a better choice for us, as long as we can catch them by surprise. The buildings are going to prove useful in cutting LOS for sure, and we didn't have much more time to strategize, meaning it was go time. Okay, gunshots, this is our time to move. There was never a time to be stealthy. It's now. Gotta really hope there's nobody hiding anywhere around here. Can't see them anyway. Oh, come on, man! You've got 8 campers, take this grenade! Okay. Oh god, my wraith is not doing so hot. Did he just use his ultimate? Where did you come from, MOBA? Okay, maybe that's some easy points. Nope, never mind. Oh god, these guys are definitely just very keen on killing me. This is not looking too good. I don't really know where my wraith went. Smoke. Of course, that's a bloodhound. He can see through the smoke. I have to commit some healing. Okay, he can see me heal. Even my wraith can cover me for this. Should be fine. Of course, evites. Yep. Better run away. Stupid. Oh, there's the flank. 2 things I hate. Campers and evite users. I'll show you what a shotgun is. Oh, okay, I didn't mean to take this. Gotta make the best of this now. Wait, there was an insta? Where did my wraith go? I'm really worried about that. Circle's moving. There's a lot of pinging over there. Oh my god, why am I shooting them? Get in cover, no police! Okay, 4th place, considering our circumstances, was not a bad result. Trust me when I say that I would love to highlight more victories in my videos, but most of my wins are just incredibly uneventful. And if you were to ask me, the journey is simply more exciting than the destination. This one in particular had lit a fire inside me that pushed me to continue grinding through solo queue until I reached platinum just 18 hours before the new split. Don't worry, I will continue to try and hone my skills so that one day I can win a game that holds a story worth telling. But until then, thank you everybody so much for watching. Don't forget to drop me a like on your way out if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you want to see more, and definitely ring that bell icon to not miss out on my next upload. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and until next time, peace!